Hello everybody, this is my favorite things. So welcome on ViOmusic. This is a new series I would like to start, and it's not really about Coltrane dedicated song, my favorite things, but more about as a little hook. I'm using this as a little hook to express my favorite things in around me, and I was thinking I would start this subject and showing you some interesting stuff which it's around me, or it could be anything. It could be saxophone, of course, the instruments I play, and also the music I listen, or any other subject, musicians, or anything, but something which is in this moment somehow is my favorite thing. So I was thinking that today I would like to show you some albums which I am listening a lot lately, and just to talk about it. I'm not a Wikipedia guy, so I'm not going to make you I'm not going to talk about detailed facts and numbers, but more a little bit just my impression, my feelings about this thing. And I chose two of my albums which I have in my possession not so long ago, maybe 1 year, 2 year, but I'm pretty much listening it a lot. And not just because I'm obsessed with some way, but it's something which I like to put on regularly and just listen it and discovering new things, and some way is it has an influence on me as a musician and as a man. So the first album I would like to show you is the album of a jazz guitar player, maybe well known, maybe not. I hope that many of you maybe know him. His name is Gabor Szabo, and this album is called Night Flight. This the only one album I have in my possession from Gabor Szabo at this point. I would like to collect them all because his legacy is something very special. And okay, I have to admit I have a connection with him some way because I am from Hungary. I'm born in Hungary, and he's also born in Hungary. He lived in Hungary until 1956, until the revolution, and then he emigrated to California, to United States. So he lived there, and he did most of his works in the United States. A little similarity that I moved also to a different country, and I live abroad also already more than 20 years in Holland. So there is something, maybe, I'm not sure that this is the reason that I fell in love in his music, because this is something universal. And but anyway, so I have this album, and I actually discovered him more recent, couple of years ago. It was like six years ago, and I was very I'm not saying disappointed, but a little bit surprised that his music is not so widely spread as it could be. However, I must say that immense amount of samples was taken of his works, and I think one of the recent famous sample, and I must say one of the recent famous music was originated from him, and another artist used it was John Legend, and he covered one of his song called Stormy, and became a John Legend hit. This album is something which is a little bit more well known, I think, from the works of Gabor Szabo, and because of also has one hit song of Bunny Ziegler, a famous R&B singer, and he had this song Keep Smiling, and so Gabor Szabo, he covered this song, and I think it's also became one of his most known album, and that song was, of course, helped this album to be a little bit more well known. Yeah, what can I say? This album is a kind of smooth jazzish, but it's not. It's not something very light, but it's also not something very difficult. It's groovy, it's funky, is jazz. It has some kind of flavor of gypsy taste. Yeah, and it has something with the sound I really love about. Many musicians playing this album. What I would like to, which I'm not going to address, because I think I just want to use this as a recommendation to check out this album. And anyway, just check out Gabor Szabo, because I think it's going to enrich your musical perspective. I think his music deserves more, and anybody who fell in love with his music is a great win for him, for his legacy. And I have one more album for today, and this is an album of a German composer, arranger, the conductor of his own album, and this is the Claus Ogerman Orchestra, and this album called Gate of Dreams. I buy it for €5, guys, which is yeah, what can I say, it is what it is. It's a vinyl, so you can find some great treasure sometimes in some store hidden in the dark, and you just surprised what's going on. Why is not somewhere in a warm place? So Claus Ogerman is a well-known arranger, and his legacy is really huge. In this album there is a quote here, or a recommendation from Bill Evans. I hope not need another introduction. And it says, Claus, Gates of Dreams, a reminder of finer things. Well, if Bill Evans says that, it has to be something, you know. Why is the finer? What makes this album sound so fine? I don't really can describe this, but I love orchestrated jazz music. Some way I love the strings, and he's a master of using strings as a creating a wonderful landscape. And if you see this is exactly what his arrangements does. It's filtering, it's creating colors, it's telling some kind of very deep story without a story, but you definitely see something or feel immense colors. in this album he hired some quiet big names. George Benson, Joe Sample, David Sanborn plays alt sax, and Mike Brecker plays a song. Actually, this was one of the prequel for the album, which he arranged together with Mike Brecker. I will talk about that album soon. Oh yeah, I almost forget one important name. Recording and mixing engineer Al Schmidt. You should really check him out because he's a well-known engineer, recording engineer. And since I'm also doing mixing and engineering, he's also one of my hero, became one of my hero and recording engineer. So for all of the best, yeah, this is also one of my favorite thing right now. Next time I will show you something different, but until then, I hope you like it, this new idea of my showing you some of my favorite things. Please comment and share. You can find me here on YouTube, or you can go to my website and you can find out more about what I'm doing. And take care. See you next time. Bye.